Have you ever started your day with a warm bowl of oatmeal thinking you're giving your body the perfect healthy start? You're not alone. Millions of us have been told for years that oatmeal is a breakfast superstar packed with fiber, great for your heart, and a comforting way to fuel up, especially as we get older. But what if I told you that the way you're eating it might be quietly working against you, raising your blood sugar, stressing your heart, and even fogging your memory over time? Stick with me until the end of this video, because we're diving into 3 common foods you might be pairing with your oatmeal, everyday items hiding in your kitchen that could be turning your healthy breakfast into a hidden health hazard, and I'll show you simple swaps to make it the nourishing meal it's meant to be. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a bet. Vitamin C, it's a breakfast staple. That's the story we've been sold for generations, plastered across cereal boxes and TV commercials. Since the mid-20th century, orange juice has long been marketed as the golden child of a nutritious breakfast, a refreshing way to kickstart your day with a burst of citrusy goodness. But here's where we need to peel back the layers and look at what's going on beneath that sunny exterior. When you eat a whole orange, you're getting a beautifully balanced package from nature. Yes, there's juice inside full of natural sugars and vitamins, but it's bundled with fiber, crucial, often overlooked fiber. That fiber acts like a gentle brake pedal, slowing down the release of those natural sugars into your bloodstream. It keeps your energy steady and prevents your body from being overwhelmed by a sudden rush of glucose. Now contrast that with a glass of orange juice. When the fruit is juiced, all that beneficial fiber gets stripped away, left behind in the pulp that's discarded or filtered out. What you're left with is essentially a concentrated sugar bomb in liquid form. To put it in perspective, a single 8-ounce glass of orange juice can contain as much sugar as a can of soda, sometimes up to 20 to 25 grams, depending on the brand or how it's prepared. Now let's think about what happens when you combine that sugary juice with a bowl of oatmeal. Oatmeal, while a wholesome and hearty choice, it is a carbohydrate-rich food that your body breaks down into glucose on its own. It provides a slow, steady release of energy, especially if you're choosing steel-cut or old-fashioned oats. But when you wash it down with a glass of orange juice, you're essentially doubling down on the glucose load. The result to a sharp, rapid spike in your blood sugar levels can catch even the healthiest of us off guard. For someone in their 20s with a metabolism running like a well-oiled machine, this spike might feel like a fleeting burst of energy quickly burned off. But for those of us over 60 or even approaching that age, our bodies aren't quite as forgiving. Our sensitivity to blood sugar fluctuations increases with age, and these spikes can set off a cascade of effects. First, there's the inevitable crash, that mid-morning slump where you're reaching for a second cup of coffee or wondering why you feel so drained. Then there's the inflammation and internal fire that simmers quietly, triggered by these repeated sugar urges over time. This can contribute to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells become less responsive to insulin, forcing your pancreas to work overtime to keep blood sugar. And check this, extra strain doesn't just stop at the pancreas, it ripples out to your heart, your blood vessels, and even your brain, potentially fogging your thinking or dampening your mood. If you're someone managing pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, or high blood pressure, conditions that become more common as we age, this oatmeal and orange juice combo could be silently undermining your efforts to stay healthy. Picture this: you sit down to what feels like a virtuous breakfast, spooning up warm oats and sipping that tangy juice, believing you're setting your Health up for success, but inside your body is grappling with a glucose overload, potentially leading to fatigue, stubborn belly fat, brain fog, or irritability by lunchtime. It's a sneaky betrayal masked as a wholesome meal. So what's the smarter choice to pair with your oatmeal? Keep it simple and kind to your system. Why? Or is your best bet hydrating without adding any extra baggage? If you prefer warm sip, opt for herbal tea, think chamomile or peppermint, or a cup of black coffee, no sugar added, to let the old shine on their own, craving that fruity flavor. Skip the juice entirely and reach for whole fruits, instead a handful of bare. These blueberries, raspberries or strawberries, or few slices of apple bring natural sweetness and nutrients, but with the fiber intact to keep your blood sugar steady. Oatmeal isn't the villain here, and neither is orange juice in isolation, but together they form a duo that's less harmonious than we've been led to believe. It's time to rethink that classic Brecht for sparing and give your body the balance it truly deserves. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire. Why are you now? Let's move forward to flavored yogurt or sweetened milk now. Let's shift our focus to the second food you should steer clear of when enjoying your oatmeal. Flavored yogurt or sweetened milk. This one might catch you by surprise, especially if you're someone who loves during a dollop of vanilla yogurt into your oats, or drizzling in some sweet and almond milk to make everything creamier and more indulgent. It's a cozy, comforting ritual for many, particularly seniors who spent years perfecting their breakfast routine. The taste is delightful, smooth, rich, maybe even a little nostalgic, and it feels like a wholesome upgrade to plain oats. But let's pull back the curtain and examine what's happening when you scoop and that strawberry yogurt or pour that honey sweeten. Don't melt. Here's the catch: flavored yogurt, whether vanilla, blueberry, peach, or any other tempting variety, are often hiding a surprising amount of added sugar. Check the label next time you're at the store, and you might be shocked to see that a single 6-ounce serving can pack anywhere from 12 to 20 grams of sugar. To break that down, that's roughly 3 to 5 teaspoons of sugar in one little cup, more than you'd sprinkle on your oatmeal. Intentionally sweetened milk, especially plant-based ones like almond out or soy milk, can be just as deceptive. They're marketed as healthy alternatives to dairy with sleek packaging and buzzwords like natural or low fat, but many brands sneak in sugar, artificial flavors, or thickener to enhance the taste and texture. Some of these milks are so sweet they could double as dessert toppings. Now let's connect the dots with your bowl of oatmeal. Oats, or a carbohydrate powerhouse, breaking down into glucose to fuel your day. That's it. Good thing oats are packed with fiber and nutrients, making them a slow-burning energy source when eaten solo. But when you layer on flavored yogurt or sweetened milk, you're piling extra sugar onto an already carb-heavy meal. Your body doesn't see this as a gentle morning boost. It registers a full-on sugar assault. To cope, you're paying careers, pumps out a hefty dose of insulin to shuttle all that glucose out of your bloodstream. In the short term, you might feel a quick lift followed by a dip. Hello, 10am lethargy. But over weeks, months, or years, this pattern can still chronic inflammation, a state where your body is perpetually on edge, quietly stressing your systems. For older adults, this inflammation isn't just a minor annoyance, it's a serious player in the aging game. It's linked to aching joints that slow you down, brain fog that muddles your focus, restless nights that leave you groggy, and that frustrating midsection weight that won't budge no matter how many salads you eat. Worse still, chronic inflammation ups the ante on bigger risks: heart disease, memory decline, and even certain cancers. And if you're reaching for those healthy plant-based milks, don't be fooled by the hype. Unless the label says unsweetened, you might be sipping on something closer to a milkshake than a health food. So what's the fix? You don't have to ditch the creamy texture you love, just swap out the sugary culprits, try stirring and plain unsweetened Greek yogurt instead. It's thick, satisfying and loaded with protein to keep you full, all without the sugar overload. If yogurt not your thing, a splash of unsweetened almond milk, coconut milk, or even regular cow's milk, if your stomach agrees, can do the trick. Just keep it minimal and pure. The goal is balance. Let the oats provide the carbs, add a touch of protein or healthy fat, and skip the hidden sugars that turn a good breakfast into a sneaky saboteur. Here's the bottom line: topping your oatmeal with flavored yogurt or sweetened milk might feel like an act of self-care, a little morning treat to brighten your day, but in reality, it's handing your body a sugar grenade disguised as nutrition. You deserve energy that lasts, not a roller coaster ride that leaves you drained before noon. Make this simple tweak, and your breakfast can truly fuel you the way it's meant to. 3. Processed breakfast meats like bacon or sausage. And now we arrive at the third food you should steer clear of pairing with your morning oatmeal: processed breakfast meats, particularly classics like bacon and sausage. For so many of us, these meats carry a deep sense of nostalgia. Think of those lazy Sunday mornings when the kitchen filled with the irresistible sizzle and smoky aroma of bacon frying in the pan, or the hearty spice scent of sausage links browning along the stack of pancakes. A few crispy strips of bacon or a plump sausage patty on the side of your plate might have once felt like the perfect finishing touch to a comforting breakfast spread. These foods don't just taste good, they evoke memories of family gatherings, cozy weekends, and meals that seem to warm you from the inside out. But here's the reality we need to face: bacon and sausage fall into the category of processed meats, and that label comes with some serious implications for your health. Processed doesn't just mean cooked or prepared. It means these meats have been deliberately altered through curing, salting, smoking, or the addition of chemical preservatives to extend their shelf life and enhance their flavor. Most commercially available bacon and sausage are loaded with nitrates and nitrite compounds used to maintain that appealing pinkish hue and ward off bacteria, along with excessive sodium and a cocktail of artificial additives. While these ingredients make the meat taste irresistible, they also introduce risks, particularly as we get older. Over time, these substances can trigger inflammation throughout body, putting strain on your joints, organs, and circulatory system. You might be thinking, wait a minute, if I pair my oatmeal with bacon or sausage, doesn't that balance things out? I'm getting fiber and whole grains from the oats, plus a hearty dose of protein from the meat. Isn't that the recipe for a well-rounded meal? It's a fair assumption, and on the surface it might seem like a winning combination. Oatmeal, after all, is a slowed adjusting carbohydrate that provides steady energy, while bacon and sausage offer protein and fat to keep you full. But the truth is, this duo sends conflicting signals to your body, and not in a good way. Here's what happens when the carbohydrates and oatmeal break down into glucose, gently raising your blood sugar and providing fuel for your day. That's a good thing on its own. But when you add processed meats into the mix, the high sodium content, often exceeding 500 milligrams per serving in bacon or sausage, can spike your blood pressure almost immediately. Those nitrates and preservatives don't play nice either. They can stuff in your arteries, increase oxidative stress, and amplify inflammation in critical areas like your heart and brain. For older adults, this combination is especially risky. High sodium levels can lead to fluid retention, causing swelling on your legs or hands, and in those with existing heart conditions, it might even contribute to shortness of breath or chest discomfort. And the downsides don't stop there. When you kick off your day with processed meats, your body spends hours wrestling with the fallout: elevated blood pressure, sluggish energy levels, and unnecessary wear and tear on your cardiovascular system. To make matters worse, many breakfast sandwiches, especially pre-packaged or fast food varieties, sneak in hidden sugars alongside the salt, sometimes in the form of maple syrup flavoring or dextrose. So now you're not just overloading on sodium, you're also getting an unexpected sugar hit in a meal you thought was wholesome. Suddenly, that bowl of oatmeal loses its health halo, weighed down by companions that counteract its benefits. So what's the alternative if you're craving protein? To round out your oatmeal, there are far kinder options for your body. Consider tossing in a small handful of chopped nuts, walnuts, almonds, or pecans, for instance. They deliver protein and healthy fats that support your heart without jacking up your blood pressure. And great choice, a dollop of natural peanut butter. Just check the label to ensure it's free of added sugars or oils. It melts into the oats, adding a creamy richness and a satisfying nutty flavor. Or if you're in the mood for something savory, pair your oatmeal with a boiled egg on the side. It's simple, gentle on your system, and gives you that same sense of fullness without the hidden dangers lurking. And processed meats, this isn't about swearing off bacon or sausage forever. Trust me, I get how much joy those flavors can bring. It's about understanding how these foods interact with your body, especially at a time in life when protecting your health feels more urgent than ever. You've earned the right to feel vibrant and strong, not just for this morning, but for all the mornings still to come. Making small, thoughtful swaps can help you hold on to that vitality without sacrificing the comfort of a delicious breakfast. What you should eat with oatmeal. Now that we've covered the food, you be wise to avoid pairing with oatmeal. Let's turn the page to something more inspiring. The ingredients you should welcome into your bowl to elevate both its flavor and its nourishment. Oatmeal itself isn't a villain here, far from it. When you prepare thoughtfully and team it up with the right companions, this humble grain transforms into a powerhouse meal that can fuel your body, lift your spirits, and set a positive tone for the entire day. It's not about restriction, and it's about unlocking oatmeal's full potential with additions that love you back. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content. And to inform and inspire you now, let's move forward. 1. Berries, a natural boost for the heart and brain. When it comes to ideal oatmeal partners, few food shines brightly as berries. Think blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and blackberries. These little bursts of color might seem unassuming, but don't let their size fool you. They're packed with nutrients that deliver outsized benefits, especially for those of us navigating the changes that come with age. Adding berries to your oatmeal isn't just a treat for your taste buds, it's a gift for long-term well-being. Let's break it down. Berries, or nature's antioxidant powerhouses. Antioxidants are like tiny defenders, shielding your cells from the wear and tear caused by free radicals, unstable molecules that build up from stress, environmental toxins, or simply the passage of time. As we age, our natural defenses against this damage weaken, leaving us more vulnerable to chronic conditions. That's where berries step in, offering a boost of protection that's both delicious and practical. Whether you're spooning a plump blueberries or tart raspberries, you're arming your body with tools to fight back against a jinx less welcome effects. The star player and berries as a compound called anthocyanin, responsible for their vivid red, purple, and blue hues, beyond making your bowl beautiful, and those sign and have been linked to some remarkable health perks. Research suggests they can sharpen memory, reduce inflammation, and strengthen your cardiovascular system. For older adults, this is gold. Studies even hint that regular berry eaters might lower their odds of developing Alzheimer's or other cognitive decline. Imagine that a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with strawberries isn't just a meal, it's a brain-boosting, heart-supporting ritual. you can savor every day. Then there's the fiber factor, unlike fruit juices that strip away the good stuff and leave you with a sugar bomb. Whole berries bring natural sweetness and fiber to the table. That fiber slows digestion, preventing the sharp blood sugar spikes that can leave you jittery or tired. An especially big win if you're managing diabetes or insulin sensitivity. It also keeps hunger at bay, supports a healthy gut, and helps whisk away bad cholesterol over time. For seniors, this gentle, steady energy is a game changer, fueling you without weighing you down. Berries check all the right boxes. They're easy on the stomach, soft enough to comfortably, and low in calories, making them a light yet nutrient-dense choice. You don't need a heaping pile to reap the rewards. Half a cup of fresh or frozen berries, stirred in year-olds are sprinkled on top, is plenty to make a difference. Frozen ones work just as well, by the way, and they're often more budget-friendly, with nutrients locked in at peak brightness. So the next time you sit down with your oatmeal, reach for a handful of blueberries or a few sliced strawberries. It's a small, effortless step that feels like an act of kindness to your heart, your brain, and years ahead. To chia seeds, walnuts, and the power of healthy fats. Let's dive into a topic that deserves far more appreciation than it typically receives. Healthy fats. For decades, society vilified anything associated with the word fat, leaving a lingering hesitation in many of us to embrace it, even in something as wholesome as a breakfast bowl. Yet the reality is undeniable. Your body craves fat, particularly the good kind. These fats are just optional. They're essential for fueling your day and safeguarding vital systems like your heart, brain, and joints. When you elevate a humble serving of oatmeal with nutrient-rich additions like chia seeds or walnuts, you transform it from a basic meal into a powerhouse of sustained energy and long-term wellness. First, let's explore chia seeds, those tiny, unassuming specks that pack an extraordinary nutritional punch. Don't let their size fool you. A single tablespoon of chia seeds delivers an impressive trio of fiber, protein, and omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s in particular are a standout feature. These essential fats play a starring role in supporting cognitive health, reducing inflammation,